Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to our first very exciting bonus episode of American Girls.
Welcome.
I'm Mary.
I'm still Allison.
And we're very excited to be bringing you a kind of trip down memory lane. You might say it's our version of a behind the music episode of our field trip to the American Girl store in New York City.
Where were you on October 4th, 2019?
Can't say.
We were at the American Girl store.
Is that the day we went?
Yeah.
Allison, it feels like it was yesterday and also 20 years ago. I'm haunted by it. I'm still not emotionally, spiritually healed from it. I've tried to move on. There's so much that happened that day.
I mean, I'm looking back at kind of a brief catalog of other things that happened in history, like the work on Mount Rushmore started.
Sure.
Marilyn Monroe asked for a divorce from DiMaggio. I think this is like probably fifth on a global list.
I think that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
It sounds right. I mean, I think what I would love to do is kind of like with the most traumas or even like great events, if talking through it can help heal from it, but also celebrate it because we did have an amazing time.
I think I had a better time objectively than you did. I think I enjoyed it more.
I just want to say first, before we say a single thing about going there, that every single person we met who works at the American Girl store could not have been lovelier to us. Genuinely, they made it such a great experience. I will say that you come from a more material culture favoring background. Like, you love the dolls. You love that world.
I do.
I think that's fair. And I'm more of like, I was into the books. I'm into it in the same way that like I kind of approach this the same way that I imagine I'll approach going to Graceland someday, like should that dream ever come true, which is like I'm interested in as much as what's at Graceland as the people who go to Graceland and like what it means for them. So I kind of like went with that task as well. We should kind of back up and give some context for just how it was that we got a corporate VIP invite to the American Girl store because, they don't know who we are.
They don't, but I think what's been really fun about this process is, making new friends and, connecting or reconnecting over things that we share. And I think if you had told a younger, thinner, definitely Allison in 2005, like,
I won't listen to that.
You will graduate college and you will be invited back a decade later. And the context will be talking about your doll podcast as a person who graduated with degrees from this institution. The young pre-med Allison would have been floored.
I can believe that you were pre-med, but I also can't. Like,
yeah.
The version of you that existed before I knew you is so mysterious to me and probably always will be.
I think that we're both proof of the value and cautions of a liberal arts education. Like, there will be random things that I know, and it's a joke between me and my husband where I'm like, I'm liberally educated. Like, there are things that you read. There are things that you do. There are, vast pockets of the world in which you are wholly dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm. That's certainly true, yeah.
Like, I saw someone talking about how, like, changing a tire just isn't that hard the other day, and I was like, yes, it is. Why would I jump into that? I've read T.S. Eliot. I can't change a tire. That's fine.
It's hard to say where you came down on the side of that bargain, like who's better served. But, T.S. Eliot knowledge seems to be kind of hard right now with Cats. Like, I don't know, like, who's happy about that. But
I would go see Cats.
I feel like now I just sort of want to see it as a curiosity. I've never seen the actual performance of that. Like, it didn't come to my knowledge of musical theater comes from like either movies I saw in Turner Classic Movies or every person I knew as a teenager being in a musical theater production and begging me like so desperately, like, will you please come and see me in a show? And it just happened that Cats was never one of their options. I imagine it's probably like a pricier version to cover teens in cat fur than to do like Bye Bye Birdie, which I saw approximately 5 times in high school.
I mean, there are so many songs that I think are just so beautiful and transfixing from Cats. I think it's like a test of what you find absurd. Like,
Okay.
I think you either find most things in life absurd, which might be us, or it's like maybe for some people who live in a more normative pocket, it's like, oh no, that's the
That's
thing.
crazy.
Whereas like I just think a lot of things are bonkers. It's like this isn't really the trigger for me.
No, I mean, I have a much higher bar. I view everything and anything as like possibly absurd and insane and worthy of like entertainment value, which like could be a criticism of me as a person. Like maybe that's a shortcoming of mine, but like I'm sort of curious to see like the Taylor Swift of it all. Like I don't know, like Taylor Swift as a cat.
But also, why not? It's like some people see the world as it is. I see Taylor Swift and it's like, why can't she be a cat? At this point.
You dream that for her.
I do.
My question is like, does Jason Derulo say Derulo
Of
before he
course.
starts? No, but before he starts singing any song, is he like Derulo?
I think he had to like fix it into a purr. Tell us, because we don't know. We probably still won't know when this comes out.
We may not know when this comes out, but somebody please reach out to us and let us know if Cats is worth our time. Keep in mind that one of my favorite musicals is Grease 2. Allison's rolling her eyes. Allison, it is a formative film. It is an amazing film.
It is, yeah.
Honest, I don't believe you. So sincere. Here's the situation. If you see Grease and you see Grease 2 and you still think Grease is the superior film, we likely won't be friends.
I think there's a lot of problems with Grease.
Of course.
Like, I think, you know, when we learned this at the store, Mary Ellen, who kind of lives in like a Grease universe, right? Like, I feel like her vignettes are just as good as Grease, no?
Probably better,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, without the problematic like messaging to young women, which is why my mom refused to let me watch it as a child.
I love it.
She was like, you know, the girl has to change for the boy, but the boy doesn't have to change, and that's wrong. And she was right.
Yeah.
But, you know, Grease 2, it's the boy who has to change. I'm just saying that's one of the few things. It's like
true.
Just a small thing why it's a great movie. But, you know, getting into the store, we were invited because Trinity College, where Alice and I both went to school, wanted to do a story on us. A study on us. They probably still probably should do a study on us. It's an ongoing study. What if it was like they told us they were doing a story on us, but really it's like a cover for a study they're doing on us?
I think we are a study on us.
Wow. I'm going to have to sit with that. That's probably true.
That's what a $200,000 liberal arts education gets you. It's like,
you can ask that question, then people are like, okay.
You're on the side of the road. What is a tire?
Yeah. And they're like, but we just asked you for a balance sheet. And you're like, anyway, what is a balance sheet? So they wanted to do a story on us, and they reached out to American Girl unbeknownst to us, and then came to us and said, we've contacted them. We would love to do a photo shoot of you guys in the American Girl store. We've gotten you guys like a private tour, so to speak. You know, are you interested?
I immediately had visions of like Kevin McAllister in my head. I was like, I'm going to be in a limo. Like, this was not based on facts.
Of course.
Like, I was somewhere between Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, It Takes Two, and Home Alone 2, where I was like, we'll be in a limo. They'll bring us a pizza. Like,
100%.
We'll have a lot of snacks.
We'll watch a James Cagney movie and misinterpret it.
None of that happened.
None of that happened.
But it was great.
We did have an amazing day. That did not happen, but we did have other things. So just to set the scene, you slept over my house the night before.
I did.
We woke up like quasi-fresh. You were ready to go. You had fallen asleep to My Strange Addiction, which now my Netflix thinks I love. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
We kind of decided to go and blazing. We wore blazers. I don't know how we were dressing for this. Like, it's like, how do you dress as an adult woman for a tour of the American Girl store?
It's like when you're an adult and like you have a PhD, but people only call you doctor in a joking way, and you're 4'11", and you've been invited to do a special, you know, tour of a children's store. Like, indeed, what do you wear?
It's really hard to say.
I wore my Mary Jane shoes and jeans to keep it like a little bit cash, and then we wore blazers, and I wore a sweater I had just been given for my birthday.
There you go. And, you know, I went in with a blazer, and then I decided to also wear a leather jacket just in case, like, had to go in with an edge, so to speak, so they'd think I was cool.
Like Mary's the tough one.
Yeah, exactly. you know, it's good to assert your dominance early in the American Girl store so they know you're not afraid.
Like, height was not going to be it. Like, you all don't know what we look like, but height was not going to do it.
I'm like 5'1" on a tall day.
Yeah, same.
I went to the doctor recently. The nurse was like, really? It was like the end of the day and she did not want to measure me. So she was like, just tell me how tall you are. I was like, I'm 5'1". She just looked me up and down and was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, ma'am, do I really have anything to lose in lying to you at this point? So, okay, we get ready to roll. We're heading down to the New Haven train station. We, of course, roll through Dunkin' Donuts. We have to. We took the train from New Haven into New York. And on that train, I didn't realize, I mean, I guess I knew because she was with us in the car. I didn't realize we were going to have, like, such a prominently placed traveling companion.
Yeah, so part of this agreement was we were told we could bring dolls and we could have services rendered as we wanted, and you very politely declined. And I immediately pulled Molly out of the archives from, you know, the top floor, and I made sure that she was going to get her hair done, get her checkup done. I wanted the full works for her. Like, she's earned it.
You know, it's just a situation where, like, it was early morning. I did anticipate the train filling up as we moved closer to New York. And, you know, at the time it was like we were kind of alone in that car for like a photo shoot, for like all of these things. That was all fine. But then as people kind of started moving into the train, like that social kind of, you shouldn't care what other people think, that kind of thing. But like there was a piece of me that was sort of like, I know why this makes sense, sort of, or why I can tell myself this makes sense. But like to a stranger, you know, I didn't want to lose you that early in the trip. If somebody like called 911 and was like, there's an adult woman.
That's true. It's just to further paint this picture for you. You kept giving me eyes like, this is weird, put her away. And a woman in like an enormous steampunk getup with a top hat sat directly across from us. And you kept giving me looks and being like, I don't know, maybe just like to free up the seat. And I was like, it's not about the seat. Like, you're embarrassed by the doll. And this woman is pulling out like a Mary Poppins style bag filled with like steampunk accessories, and you're like, I don't know, it might just be kind of weird.
She like pulled out a floor lamp, was wearing a top hat, and also was like kind of hitting on another guy in the car.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, in hindsight, you're right. Like it is a moment for me to have to like grow from that moment and not care so much what other people think. Like, that's true. That is true.
And then we met like a wonderful companion, you know, as with all great travel journeys, which is what this really is, like into ourselves through New York City. Michelle sat with us and basically warned us that she's had several panic attacks in the American Girl store. She was like, I've dropped a lot of money there, like a serious amount of money.
But that wasn't the cause of the panic attack.
No, that was after the panic attack.
I mean, imagine meeting someone and all you know about them is that they're on their way to the American Girl store, and literally your response is like, whew, I've had many panic attacks there.
Yeah. But honestly, it made me feel even more confident, where I was like, we can do this.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like a gauntlet had been thrown down, where I was like, well, you know, she's had a panic attack there and has sort of warned us off this, but she survived it.
Absolutely.
And also gave us some great restaurant recommendations for when we got there, which then we kind of had to step aside because we got a little turned around.
We did. And when we went to the downtown bar that was directly adjacent to the American Girl store, I did want to take Molly out because I felt like she'd earned it. And you were a little skeptical, but she did eventually come out and sit with us in the booth. I didn't take her to the bathroom or anything. Like, it wasn't weird. But I wanted to make sure that she felt okay. Like, she's in a new city for the first time. We had great salads because we had jitters. And then we got to the store.
Yeah, and so before we got to the store, we did pull out a recorder and just sort of like record some preparatory thoughts. It's kind of like the moment before your night, you know, your life is about to change and you just want to like do an assessment. Like, I'll never be the same person again. So I want to just like allow us to revisit our thoughts from that moment. All right. What do you think we're about to walk into? First of all, let's recount how we got where we are.
So we have taken an automobile, taken a train.
Right. We made
gone
a friend.
by foot.
We've gone by foot. We made a friend on the train.
Made a great friend. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle. Like, you'll probably never listen to this, but you did guide us in many ways.
Michelle was kind of like the North Star that we needed to get through Metro North, and we appreciate her very much.
Me too. I mean, my God, I had no clue where we were. It was kind of a shock. We're now in a place that's cowboy themed, which I'm not really sure like why this is happening, but here we are.
If you've seen It Takes Two and How the West Was Fun, that's like the energy that we brought to today.
Yeah. This is a real vibe, this place. Also, there's a disco ball, so I'm happy for that. Like, shout out to Julie from what I know of you, your disco ball ways. We have a friend with us, and she's kind of quiet, but
We've kind of kept her in a bag, literally. So we have a Molly doll, classic. She's sitting next to us. We're prepared to bring her into the store.
now look, Allison, this is your Molly doll, and I hate to bring this up. Really, genuinely hate to bring this up because I know this could be triggering for you. But I did look at Molly on the train, and I did have to ask, have her bangs been cut?
I would say they've been trimmed. So Molly's had some unprofessional haircuts. Today she's getting a formal styling for the first time. And she's also hopefully getting new glasses. She's been visually impaired.
Okay, but my point is, when you map your way of dealing with stress that some would call healthy, some would call hair trauma or hair incident onto Molly, it's is that really the healthy way to be? Did she ask for her bangs to be trimmed?
I think she did in a way. I mean, they give them really extra fluffy, thick bangs. We'll see what the hairdressers do today. We'll get a professional opinion.
We'll take some, and you took some off the length.
I did,
too.
But I had to. Her hair was very loved.
There's a lot going on with the hair, and we need some answers. She's also wearing a very beautiful yellow rain jacket that your mom made for her.
Yes, so she has on her original outfit, minus the shoes. She's wearing Felicity shoes, because I'm not taking a shoeless girl to New York City.
Nope.
And then she has on a rain jacket that was a custom made by me and my mother.
It's so cute. I'm happy that there's part of Mama Donna here with us today. That
Yes.
makes me feel very good. What do we think we're walking into? So you just went to your first American Girl store in Chicago.
So I know Chicago is a little bit different. I know that we're not going to see a lot of Molly's in the wild because she's vaulted.
That's disappointing.
I do expect that we will see a lot of hair appointments, a lot of cafe appointments. I just hope Valerie's not here.
I can't handle that. If they surprise us with that, I'm probably going to have to pull the fire alarm and leave. And that's just for personal safety reasons that I hope they can respect someday. But it's okay, Michelle, our friend we made on the train, basically we told her what was going on. We were look, I basically felt the need to be this is my best friend. She is carrying an American Girl doll. We are adults. I just want to put out that we are sane, we're safe, we're not a threat to you. Anyway, Michelle hit us with the fact that she's been to this store and it, quote, gave her an anxiety attack.
Yeah, Michelle also told us that she dropped a cool 1,000
on her nieces. And I'm wow, God bless these nieces.
Honestly, I was ready to slip her our card and be we are available for appointments.
If you need us, if you need to spoil someone, that's fine. I'm ready.
We think of ourselves as an Olsen twin dynamic, but I would be her Elizabeth Olsen.
You would just kick me to the curb like that?
No, it would just change.
Allison, such a Virgo answer. I respect that, but it's I'm nervous. I feel I'm going to be overwhelmed. There's so much.
I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's a trip to the big city. For big city folks, we are not city people.
Not really, no. I mean, Michelle was go to this really awesome sushi place, and we got a little bit turned around, so then we ended up here. And I don't know what that means, but, we're dealing with it. So we're going to be recording in the store.
Yeah, the next time we check in, we'll be in the store.
We'll be in the store. So somebody pray for us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so after we got real brave in that restaurant, we did make our way next door into the American Girl store. And what I remember is there was a hero named Helder from Trinity College Communications Department who was sent to do the story on us. And we didn't know that he had virtually no knowledge of American Girl before taking on this assignment.
No, but he asked a lot of really brave questions. We have our own shorthand at this point, and he turned to us point blank and said, what is a Molly? What does it mean to be a Molly? And I think our response was something how many hours do you have?
Right.
But he asked the right questions.
I mean, I didn't have my PowerPoint with me, so it was sort of inappropriate of him to ask me that in a public space. Also, I want to note that he made us laugh from the start because we were trying to meet up with him in the store and we found him, and he basically was oh yeah, I was across the street in a beer garden because I had to have a beer before I could come in here because I was scared.
Prep up for this.
Yeah, which we understood. So we eventually met our hosts, and they kind of were sort of our handlers for the day and kind of would follow us around and tell us things about the store, different exhibits or installations they had going on. But then they would sort of hang back and let us sort of like peruse the store on our own a little bit. So I think our next clip is us kind of on the floor examining like their current dolls. So
Yes.
let's relive that moment.
I'd sell her.
What's that about? Why don't they sell Molly anymore?
They come, they go. I know.
Yeah. So none of the American Girls have cats? What's up with that?
Cats?
Yeah.
We have cat. We make very cute.
Oh. Allison was just,
We have cats. Good. Of course. I like the skateboarding. I like
Yeah.
the figure skating.
So is that one of the guys that they make now?
I think so. I think he's an American boy. This is birthday party. This is Leo season table.
Everyone here really likes their birthday and they're playing bingo, it looks like.
Yeah.
I like the skateboard. I'm
Are we
into that.
getting a doll today?
I don't believe we are getting a doll. I
No?
hope we're getting a doll. I'm not sure that we are though, actually.
Okay.
I wouldn't get associated with that.
Oh, I would.
What if I just asked them for a cat and I'm like, that's really all I want right now?
I think we can get a cat. I think that's no problem.
Why have they leaned so deep into hockey?
There might be a Canadian base.
Why don't we have a Michelle Kwan doll?
That's
That's all I want. I'm sorry, where's the Michelle Kwan doll? The
Our
Tanya
listenership
Harding
would
doll,
want that too.
complicated story.
Tanya.
Is this Tanya?
That's Tanya.
Tanya, it's like, we know where this goes. We know how this ends. We're sorry,
So we're free on our own.
I guess. And she kind of has like a Nancy Kerrigan vibe. This one here.
Like her.
And this is wild to me. There's a
love
travel
it.
book. Who are all of these ladies?
I think these are all Be Like You or just Be Forever. I think they're all kind of the next generation. Oh, no, sorry. This is Truly Me.
Yeah.
So there's the lookalikes, Truly Me, Be Forever. These are
What
all
is
different.
Truly Me?
So Truly Me is this iteration of the contemporary dolls. That's what, like, all of these are Truly Me.
Oh, wow. This is kind of crazy.
So, like, you can bowl.
Just genuinely upset for Michelle Kwan. Oh my God, bowling set. Holy mackerel. This is
It's like you can
wild.
bowl, you can be a boy.
You can be a girl, you can be a boy, you can be a bowler.
Love it.
However you identify, there's a space for you in this store.
I'm very excited.
I'm afraid we're going to offend this lady. She seems really nice.
Never.
Okay, just checking.
As
Can
long
you
as I
buy
get-
me a...
I'll buy you an outfit.
I would like a bowling alley, thank you. Okay, this is kind of like not a lie. I would wear what that guy is wearing right now.
I know you would. I know you would.
Okay, I'm not super into the camo pants, but his whole like denim on denim aesthetic, that's me, like
love it.
365. The bowling shoes are a bit much. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that. I'm sorry for that, young man.
But you can get a ready to roll outfit.
But it's like, I kind of want to mix and match my own. Like, I would actually wear those pink pants, maybe. Probably not. I want jeans. I would like a darker denim, and then the denim shirt with the gray sweatshirt sleeves. That feels right.
Do you want to hang out with Blair?
I'm scared to hang out with Blair, but okay. I think she's gonna reject us. Is the
No.
thing. Hold
No,
on,
we
I just
can-
gotta go over here and look at the figure skates. Okay. What I want to say about this is that the figure skating outfit costs $32.
Yeah.
And I just kind of almost want to take a knee for Tanya Harding because she could not afford that. Like, if Tanya Harding was in this store with us right now, she would be like,
She could afford a pipe though.
she could afford a pipe.
She had no problem with
She had
that.
no problem with that. But it's like, this woman, this would trigger her so badly because she'd be like, I had to skate in the mall. I could not train in a private facility. It would be really dark, is all I can say.
I
We've
want
lost
everything.
Helder. I'm scared for Helder.
No, Helger's okay.
Okay, Helder's good. Helder, I just want you to know this is $32. We're not going to say this in front of the lady. this would trigger Tanya Harding so badly, where she'd be like, look, I could not afford to train like Nancy Kerrigan trained or Michelle Kwan. I had to train in a mall ice skating rink with the public watching me. No, Michelle's a queen. This is not critical of Michelle. I'm just saying, like, capitalism, man. Like, Tanya would come here and be like, I can't even afford these fake skates right now.
Now she can't.
No.
Still.
No, still.
Yeah.
It would be really tough for her. And, you know, so just like moment of silence, moment of recognition. I'm still repping Michelle Kwan, but like, I do think about that. And it's like, is this designed to look like a young Tanya Harding?
No.
How do you know it's not?
It's a truly me, so she can do anything.
But why did they pick a blonde doll to be here?
Well, she's
It's
America's
Tanya.
princess.
I feel like we have to do a quick vibe check about how much we're talking about figure skating.
I'm not going to apologize for that. I mean,
I probably should apologize for my pipe comment because I think that was a little bit out of line, but not inaccurate.
in case Nancy Kerrigan's listening.
In case anyone is listening
Yeah.
from, you know, the world figure skating community, I think that's important.
Uh-huh. We're not condoning what Tanya Harding
No,
did.
of course. No, we're absolutely not. I think what's interesting is the way that different kinds of recreational activities have really become a focus. You know, we've talked so much about part of what was fun with Felicity's winter entertainments, like not that I would know firsthand, but the different activity kits that came with these girls, a lot of it was learning something outside of your contemporary experience. And all of the early pods when you first walk in now are things that you could easily do yourself, which is very different.
That's true. That's true. I mean, their commitment to hockey is still a question mark to me.
Hugely mysterious.
Hugely mysterious. Although I'm still thinking about that skateboard. Like, I did ask for a skateboard for Christmas, did not get one.
Like, you were taking a lot of fashion notes, which was kind of surprising. You were like, what about these pink pants with this denim outfit? And I think, like, if you can dream it on an 18-inch, like, you can dream it.
I can do it. Wow. You know, it's just like I was feeling, I think it's kind of like when you're in a foreign place and you feel scared because you're so outside of your comfort zone, and then you see like one thing you recognize
Yeah.
and you latch onto it where you're like, yes, like I too like drink water, person drinking water. Like I saw someone in jeans. I saw a doll wearing denim on denim and I was like, okay, safe space.
It made you feel safe. And I think we were alarmed when we saw the first kind of showcase with a lot of different dolls kind of coexisting. There was a lot of dogs. And so we were just pointing out an imbalance briefly. You know, we got into some like 90s figure skating politics. And then one of the wonderful handlers that we had for the day was like, if you keep going, there's more.
There is more.
Hi.
Hey.
We can get your hair done at 2:45.
Oh my
And then it'll
gosh.
take 15 minutes, so you'll have her with
That's
you to
fantastic.
eat and have tea with you.
That's
In her
honestly,
chair.
Wow.
'cause
This
she's
is
not-
a place where dreams come
She's
true.
not camera ready at this time.
She will
So-
be very camera ready in about an hour or so.
So she had a haircut probably 20 years ago.
Notice the
by me.
passive language where she's like, she had a haircut.
A haircut.
Her hair
occurred.
was cut.
Yeah, but most of the time when they come in, they have had haircuts a lot
Yeah.
of times. I mean, that's what we do.
I
What's
know.
the worst haircut you've ever seen?
We've had some.
A buzz
We've
cut?
had some, I've not seen a buzz.
Okay.
But there's been some. The best ones are when like a big brother, or I mean a little brother will come in and try to mark her, and
I see.
Oh.
dogs.
Ooh, dogs?
Dogs maybe might, play with the doll.
She has a scuff on her nose, but that makes her mine. So
Is it
just
pen
from, like,
or something that
I think
can come
falling.
off? They
You
can
know,
try
it's
to
like
get it off.
we don't want a nose job.
We'll
No.
take it to the
You know what I
doll
mean?
hospital and we'll see if we can fix that up.
could she really buff that out?
We could try.
We'll see.
I'm so freaked. That's like, I can't even believe that's
Depends
possible.
on what it is. We can try.
Oh my
This
God.
is the best gift I ever received as a kid.
I understand.
My
You know,
favorite
my
gift,
my
yeah.
So this is when we kind of got a hint of what was to come, which is that they had planned some very special care for your Molly doll.
Yeah, and I mean, while we were learning about self-care, we were directed to the Girl of the Year. There is a new Girl of the Year as of 2020 when you're listening to this. But in 2019, the girl was Blair.
That's right.
And Mary had some, I think, kind of controversial things to say about Blair. And this is when our Trinity I don't want to say handler. I don't think he was there to
Friend.
handle us. Friend. When our Trinity friend kind of felt like he needed to interject in defense of a doll.
He basically stayed silent through our Tanya Harding spree. He stayed silent, through me saying your Molly doll should not get a nose job.
Yeah.
And then this is when he sort of entered the fray.
Did you want to stop in Blair's world?
I would love to.
Blair's our girl of the year.
So what's Blair's vibe? Like, what's she all
Blair's
about?
vibe is She lives up in the Hudson Valley, right where I live. Kind of, not too far.
Oh, wow.
Her parents live on a farm and have a bed and breakfast. And
Okay.
Blair is very into the cooking, and she wants to help with doing wedding planning. And that's kind of where her stories, right?
Yep. And in her story, she also finds out that she is lactose intolerant.
Oh.
So she's learning how to navigate the world now that she can't have some of her favorite foods.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all about learning how to balance, her new way of life, and then also seeing all the new responsibilities that it takes to be an event planner.
Event planning.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
She has some great stuff. The restaurant is really good.
Wow, yeah. Wow. Interesting. Very,
I think we have a different idea of what casual means.
Yeah.
Me and Blair.
like, if that's a casual look,
Or this might be casual, but she looks very nice.
do you think she would reject you as a friend?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
But it's
okay.
okay. I
That's
mean, I
okay.
have you, so it's fine.
That's fine.
This is actually very cute.
I'm like wondering if I could hire Blair to plan my wedding because I like what's happening there, or just the people from the store, but like not in a weird way. I don't think I could afford them. That was the problem. But
Do you think that girl's parents woke up and they were like, thank God, you look exactly like Blair? Or is it vice versa?
I think they dyed her hair.
I do too.
The daughter, like they gave her Blair, and they were like, "Look, we've spent money on Blair, so I went to CVS. I got some hair dye. You are now Blair."
Josefina
It's
is
cheaper
based on
to
a
make
real
you
girl.
Blair.
Yeah. Or we're getting a new child.
We
There's no middle switch here.
are. I mean, we love you. We'll always love you, but
Can I be honest? We kind of came for Blair, and now I feel a lot more empathy knowing her lactose. You're not
no.
feeling it.
Let me say this: if somebody hits you with this child aspires to be an event planner, and her biggest challenge is lactose intolerance.
I think that's sad. I think that's sad.
I guess we've had different lives. I don't know. Like maybe I just need to grow as a person and have more compassion. And I'm really okay. I want to sit with that. Like I'm looking at Blair and I'm trying to be a better person. I'm sorry, Blair.
Okay, a goat that.
All right. I feel like I came off sounding bad there.
So part of what, to help you understand what we're talking about, is they set up a little area that's like a Blair's world, which is like a beautiful little stage that you can stand on. And there's a model who looks like Blair, who's
Yep.
posing, as her, kind of like in the Felicity movie or something like that. And I was game to step into her world. It kind of sounded like a nice afternoon.
You were like, you instantly transformed into their ideal customer. Like anything
I know.
they said, you were like, amazing. Yes, wonderful.
I
They were
know.
like, do you want to see the American Girl sewage treatment plant? And you were like, of course. Thank you. Love it.
Well, and I think that's part of like the interesting difference between us. Like this brought out things for me that it just didn't bring out for you. Like there was an earnest joy for me in every moment of this store visit.
I felt like I was amongst people who were trying to recruit me into a cult.
Yeah.
And if I let down my guard for 1 second, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I truly believe that if we were exposed to a cult, you would join, no questions asked.
Well, it's not so much that I would join as I would assume a level in leadership, which is different.
But what part would I play in a cult?
You would also be leadership, but it would be of a more outward facing kind.
Okay.
Like, I think part of what is like uncomfortable about Blair is she does actually represent a kind of youthful ambition that exists right now. And it's uncomfortable because it's so sort of unabashedly capitalistic and disconnected from problems that people are facing.
I think that's 100% true.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like a child trying to envision like a Goop startup as opposed to like, we both were at the Babysitters Club growing up, and that was a business enterprise started by actual children. But the problem they were solving was like babysitting.
Right, like a childcare deficit born out of the double shift and women entering the workforce in a different way.
100%.
But where like I get stars in my eyes, it's like, would it change anything for you if Blair has a pet lamb? And I'm like, yeah, of course.
You're like, of course, that changes everything for me. And I feel like I don't want to be mean about lactose intolerance. Like, that's not really what I was reacting against. I think it's more just like, when we read if your first knowledge of American Girl is the historic books, the challenges they're facing in their lives are so vastly different that I think it's just sort of like laughable to compare in my mind the historic girls to the girls of today, because our lives are like, you know, thankfully so much easier in so many different ways. Not for everyone, but you know, it's hard to, I think, have the same sympathy that we would have for like a Kirsten or a Felicity or an Addie or a Molly than we would, noticeably leaving Samantha out. But, you know, but I think their lives are just different. I'm not saying lactose intolerance isn't a real issue and a real annoyance for people for whom that's a serious thing. And, you know, I have like health problems myself, so I'm very sympathetic to those who do. But, you know, it's just kind of like Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter to me is like Blair.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's just not like of any kind of girl, any kind of interest that the girls of 2019 could have. I just don't know if like transforming a barn in time to host a wedding is like the challenge of 2019.
I don't, and I think it's reflective of a company that in a particularly tumultuous year, because realistically they probably planned this in 2017 or 2018, you know, for it to launch in time. You know, thinking of in the wake of a really divisive election and in a really complicated time, they pick a person from a place that is thought of as mostly white, doing something that is comfortably middle class. It's just a non-risky venture. It's reaching their base with a product that looks exactly like them, that is meant to be reflective of everyone's experience.
It's really weird because I kept thinking about the fact that the previous Girl of the Year was an astronaut or someone who aspired to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
So it's like we kind of can't place a girl in the world in 2018.
Yeah.
And then 2019, it's like we're going to do the most comfortable placement we can possibly think of. I keep thinking about other stories they could tell or other kind of identities. I'm interested in their Girl of 2020 and hoping that will be a really interesting storyline. But thinking about things like even like Gamergate, like things that would touch somebody's life that, you know, might not be that exciting, but visually, but thinking about, you know, girls navigating the internet and trying to like be proud of themselves and not fall prey to like really divisive or destructive forces that do touch lives that are born digital in many ways. Like all these other stories they could have told. So it's just weird to me that that's what they went with.
It's literally a don't cry over spilled milk scenario.
Wow.
Now, where did we head to next?
Now, at this point, we checked in with Helder because I felt like, you know, I could sense some kind of judgment from him for what I said about Blair. And I was also just worried about how he was doing navigating the store. So we kind of like pulled up on him and we had a little pep talk. Let me just check in with you right now, though. Helder, you are an adult man. How old are you?
That's a personal question.
Don't
44.
care. You're 44. You don't look 44. Come on. Who cares? Age is just a number.
Yeah.
I'm 33. She's 32. Like, just being transparent. We're all revealing our ages right now. You had no knowledge of American Girl before today.
I did not.
Really?
I mean, other than about
this assignment
and the spoofs that I've seen and the satires that I've seen.
Yes. But so, like, I need to check in with you. Like, do you feel safe? How are you doing right now?
I feel perfectly fine.
All right.
I mean, I'm worried some of the dolls are going to come to life, like in the Twilight Zone movie, sure. And Chucky in Child's Play.
Yeah.
Like, there's some of them are giving me weird looks, like I don't belong. But that's its own...
I think that's part of it.
I'm worried the hockey players are going to start checking me, but that's just my own...
They have a lot happening.
That's a fear I have anywhere.
Yeah,
about hockey players.
That's an
They're
honest
very
fear.
sweet looking, and
They
I just feel like
yes.
they're judging me for not being...
Do you think I judged Blair too harshly?
That lactose
do.
intolerant thing was a little
Do you
harsh.
came for
Damn,
her?
Helder. All right, fine. I apologize.
You
Blair.
can't look. She has a garden to table cookbook.
She cooks up a plan, Mary. A goat who does tricks, a lamb in pajamas, a celebrity who offers Blair the opportunity of a lifetime. Things are never boring at Pleasant View Farm. What are you doing?
That's whew. Okay, now you shamed me. I think you went a little bit too much in the other direction.
No.
Are there only 2 books for these new dolls?
Indeed.
Oh.
So this is the new doll.
Yeah, this is the doll of 2019, Blair. Wow, Allison, I totally forgot that you shamed me in Blair's World.
I did. I came for you a little bit more than I remembered, but we kind of got, we were deep into Blair, and then something kind of like this twinkle in the corner of my eye got me excited, and I saw 2 things that I know that you love together after seeing the musical. So we saw 2 different kinds of balls. One was a disco ball, and one was a basketball. And then we saw, I think of it as a Ted Bundy vehicle, but we saw a small VW bug that you could sit in, and you could live in Julie's world.
It was truly the highlight, I think, of American Girl store for me. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So let's hear of our time. So you'll hear us actually like get into this car as part of like this photo shoot. I did take the liberty of getting into the driver's seat, which I feel like is fair because I mostly drive when we hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's hear about Julie's World.
Let's see Julie's groovy world.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's groovy. I love
I
that
can't
word.
wait. Yeah, I do too. I wish it would come back,
I use it all the time. People
Wow.
get crazy.
It's like everywhere
Groovy
you
is
look.
my word.
Groovy is such a great word.
It's the best.
Oh my gosh. And look at the clothes. Oh my God. Are you kidding?
So Julie, she was from San Francisco.
Wow.
And, so we have the trolley. She was running for president of the student council, student body. So we have her voting booth. She wants to be on the basketball team, which is why we have the pop and shot.
I'm gonna have to
Pop a
wanna
shot.
try
When
it.
did I get that right?
Is she pre-Title IX? Is that the idea? Like she's not allowed to play basketball, or
So in her story, they would not let her play on the boys' team because she was a girl. So part of her story is she makes a petition, gets a bunch of kids to sign it so that she can play on the boys' team.
Yeah.
And we have this beautiful
That's a great photo op. You gotta go take
Volkswagen
pictures
buggy.
in the books.
Oh yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Wow. Am I doing this? You're gonna let me drive?
Mary always drives.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so cute.
I'm like child size, so this actually works for me. I'm just gonna put this.
I think this is like what the size it is.
Yeah. Like driving while having headphones on is not advisable.
No.
Here, you can hold that.
For safety, definitely not.
This is wild. I mean, did you ever think that we would make it here to a half car put into a wall at the American Girl store?
I actually did. I did because I think if it were not contrived for us, we would have made it happen.
Wow. Like we
I
would have
do.
created this for
Yeah.
ourselves? Wow.
I think American Girl taught us to dream.
That's true. Dream this? I don't know. But
Yeah, I love it.
wow. This is a lot.
That background that you're hearing is people playing basketball because Julie fought so that we could run.
That's right. Julie fought so we could hoop, and I hope today she has a sneaker deal. And I don't know what her life is like in San Francisco right now. I mean,
No, we decided that Julie, who would be like a retired boomer, is in Northampton.
Yeah. I don't want to make any guesses about Julie's sexuality because she's 9 years old, but there's a lot of rainbows around, and I have to, like, aspirationally for me, I want one of these American Girl dolls to be gay.
We've made
I'm
all of
taking
them.
Julie.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, we've kind of made all of them gay, and I think that that's, like, for the best, but... And also, people who listen to our show write us all the time and are like, this is why this one is gay. And they do it for all of them.
They do.
And they call us out, and they're like, you got it totally wrong. It's this other one.
Will you take our...
Wow, that was a really, Julie's World is a place I'd love to live.
Yeah.
I do think that, we've been hearing the musical stylings in the background. We've heard Pharrell. There was one point when I think Helder was talking to us and Christina Aguilera's Beautiful was playing in the background, and it kind of added like a sense of solemnity to what he was actually talking about.
It's very true. Very true.
At this point in the production, we hopped out of the Beetle and we went towards the salon because initially we were thinking about that, and we had to wait. There was a delay. So we pivoted and we got to go to a medical facility I've never certainly visited in my lifetime.
We went to the American Girl Hospital, which really is set up more like a clinic, I think. We met some like really great medical professionals who were wearing lab coats. So it really felt really good. And I just kept thinking, like, this is what the Affordable Care Act was passed for.
Yeah.
Like, we're not at Medicare for all.
Can you imagine Bernie Sanders being like, I'm here for the dolls. I want healthcare for the dolls.
I wouldn't say no. You're going to hear some really shocking things in this next clip. You're going to hear how attached I am to this Molly doll. And you're also going to hear about a diagnosis that I've never seen in the New England Journal of Medicine, but everyone should be talking about.
Like Shonda Rhimes hasn't mined this yet for a plot line. You're also going to hear about Grey's Anatomy. Mm-hmm. But, we met a doctor. She was wearing a white coat. She told me she was a doctor. I have no choice but to believe her. And, we took ourselves to the hospital. So here's what happened. Please, buckle up for this.
Yeah.
Let's do it because she's got a few minutes. So let's go show you the hospital.
Okay.
So when we need limbs attached or we have doll boo-boos, we actually have a doctor on duty at all times. Where is she? Maybe she's right here.
Part of the Foley was sobbing.
Wait, what?
Dr. Bria.
Hello. I met you earlier. Lovely to meet you.
Back with Molly.
So do you think that she's going to get her hair done?
Okay.
What do we think about this little beauty mark on her nose? Can we try
Yeah,
and
let's
get
check
it
that
out?
out.
Should we
Cool.
try?
Want to put her up on the table and get her a little checkup?
Oh, wow.
She has to give consent, but she has. So.
Mom, do you have insurance?
In Trump's America, you have that.
I know. Former client. Now, do you use a pain scale here? Like, do any of the dolls ever say, I'm at a 1 of a 10, I'm gonna get a 6 or a 7? Oh my gosh, original outfit.
This is the original. This is 25 years old.
This is
right?
25 years old.
Molly, we're inside. Not a rave, Molly.
Not yet. What I want to know is, like, has the temperature ever registered a degree?
Yeah, that's when you get nervous.
Wow.
Honestly,
it's actually seeing her at this angle is freaking me out because the eyes are like half open. Okay, thank you.
I would be sad for a doll of her age who didn't look this way because it would mean she wasn't really played with or cared for.
She looks pretty good, though.
Molly,
Oh.
let's give her a quick little wipe down. Let me check her eye first, because what's common in a lot of the original dolls is a syndrome that we call silver eye. I doubt she has it because she's in good condition.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, God.
Oh no, she's good.
What is silver eye?
So pretty much like with the older eyes, they tend to turn silver. So we call it like a silver eye condition. Yeah.
So what do you do for that?
For that, we do an eye replacement. So she'll go and get the same pretty gray eyes like she has here.
Whoa.
I know. But she's
Wow.
in really good condition.
I wasn't prepared for that. Were you?
But she doesn't have it. So just,
Yet?
it's tough to get tough medical news, but
So here we have our little Pampering Plus, which is just a little bit of baking soda. And we're going to mix it with some water, make a little paste just to try to get that little mark off her nose, okay?
wow.
I don't want her to feel less than because she has this, but I do want to fix it.
She's great. She's still cute. She's very pretty.
She's very good. Yeah, she's doing a great job.
I just learned about silver eye. I'm so upset.
Yeah.
She doesn't have
Even
it.
though
Thank
she doesn't
God.
have it, she's still upset.
She has Medicare. She's fine.
She's a senior citizen of the Pleasant Company spectrum.
It's coming right off. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
I do feel like this is a HIPAA violation, but I think she's okay with it.
I think it's fine.
No, she's great. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Wow.
You're a miracle worker.
I try.
Is this what you thought about when you went to med school?
Of
And
course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's my specialty.
I figured.
Can I get like a post-op picture of the two of you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Should I
thank
come
you,
on this
Bria.
side?
Yes, please. Sorry.
Did you want to get in?
Yeah, do you want to get in there? I'll take your picture.
Okay, thank you.
Huh?
Trying to put your phone on.
That's,
Fix my
Is this good medical practice? I don't know.
Yeah. Should
We're
I put my
doctors,
phone
but we're
down?
not this kind of.
I'm just going to take one of them with her phone.
Her hair appointment is ready. Come on up.
I would love that. Thank you. She's ready. Oh, she looks so good. She's so good. Oh, sorry, Dr.
Wow.
Molly.
I didn't know that we were going to deal with this. Huh? Do you watch Grey's Anatomy to try to prepare?
Yes, that's my favorite show.
Me too.
Can you believe Amelia's pregnant?
All right. Do you think the ortho doctor is the father, though?
No, I really think it's Owen. Like, I
Okay,
really.
but I can't have that be true.
I know it's gonna be heartbreaking if it is true. Because
But also because he makes everything about him. It's like,
know.
sir.
look
Is
at
there
the
a
whole
plot line
Leo
that's not about-
situation.
Totally
It's
with
a
you.
day that ends in Y, so she wants to talk about
Who's your favorite Grey's Anatomy character all time?
every person.
All time, I'm really biased because she's the main character, but Meredith. I love
Totally with
Meredith.
you. Totally with you.
I'm like the Meredith of AG.
You are the Meredith of AG.
Right? This is my
You're a
Graceland
queen.
Memorial.
This is your Graceland Memorial.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you
Oh
can
my
see evidence
gosh.
of
Are you up at
previous
night reading your
haircut.
mom's journals with
Yeah.
explanations on how to do AG medical procedures?
Yeah.
All right, come on.
I try, but
Who's your
sometimes-
Christina?
My Christina has to be Tracy.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Little does she know.
Okay, I'm so happy I met you. Like,
Same
you're
here.
a dream. Oh my gosh. Thank
was
you
fun.
so much. This was so fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have words. Like, I feel like when we are institutionalized, like if we're at the trial, I'm somehow imagining us like on trial like Mary Lincoln when she was, institutionalized.
Yeah.
They play that clip and it's just like, the prosecution rests.
Like people say that art is a mirror, and this podcast is literally like us listening to our voices played back.
Right.
I can't tell you though, like I don't feel shame, like the shock of the moment of learning about Silver Eye. It really was very shocking.
Okay, but almost immediately she was like, your doll does not have silver eye.
I know, but it's like, your life flashes before like your little glassy, beady eyes. Like part of like this, like the scene that we didn't set for you was like, this is a really vulnerable position for Molly. Like this is a really wide open, like old fashioned type of operating theater that she's being detained in for this medical exam.
Put on display for sure.
She was put on display, and like you heard me taking off the raincoat and I made the comment, like, it's not a rave, Molly, because her hands kept throwing up. But,
Wow.
She had a life that was really quiet for like 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
She was kept in a trunk carefully away. And it's like she's had this other life now.
In a way, it's like, how could she ever go back?
Yeah, she didn't ask for this.
She didn't ask to be famous.
No.
She didn't ask to be scrutinized for silver eye.
And I have to tell you, she did not get glasses because they don't sell the glasses that she needs. So I've kind of invented a narrative where like she too was faking a debility and now she's fine.
Like just to avoid the draft or like any
Yeah.
kind of service.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Also, like silver eye seems like kind of an ageist way to frame a diagnosis, if I may say so.
I think so. I mean, I think it's meant to be descriptive, but I think like, we connected with Molly's physician on a lot of levels, as like families and caretakers and
Right.
like learning about her personal journey. But I think like broadcasting Molly's potential medical problems this way, like is probably not.
I tried to
safe.
get in there like as a historian of medicine and say
Yeah.
like as someone who cares about the voice of the patient, like, do you have a pain scale? Like, does your thermometer even work? Like, are you registering degrees ever on this? And it was like, these are questions that went unanswered.
It's true.
It's tough.
I have to say though, like the quality of the care like it was matched at the hair salon.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And you know, that professional was kind of like fighting an uphill battle because you had done a real number on her hair.
She was.
As you said elsewhere on that day, like you did let slip that, you know, someone very kindly was trying to give us some tips as we were waiting to go into the salon about like best practices and saying you should never actually wash your doll's hair.
Yeah, which I mean, like that ship sailed a while ago and sailed again last year when we first started making promotional content for the podcast. I staged a series of photos where my dolls were listening to it on little iPhones.
I mean,
and I had to wash their hair for that.
But, you know,
we learned you shouldn't do that.
We did learn that that's like not advisable, but you know, you live and you learn, I guess.
You true.
And so to set the scene for the salon, you can actually go there and get your own haircut.
True.
And we did see people getting haircuts there, but you're in front of a massive bay window and like basically a bunch of like investment looking bros like continue to walk by as we're dealing with our own crisis.
Right. And it's like, I hate to say this, but like of all the crimes that go unpunished, you know, there's Wall Street and then there's Main Street where American Girl is set.
Wow.
And thankfully there'll be no real consequences for the crimes I've committed against Molly's hair, just like Wall Street.
Just like Wall Street.
Just like Wall Street.
Wow. How many adult women come in here to get their dolls?
We have quite a few adult women come in and adult men as well.
Really? Adult men just with dolls by themselves? Really? That's probably the most surprising thing I've learned because I don't think about this as like a man hobby.
Right.
But
yeah, we pretty much get actually like a little record party, like, you know, that comes with their doll.
wow. Do you know which doll most of the men have?
Well, they'll have different dolls. It depends on the person. They have like different ones. We've seen like mostly the boy dolls. Mostly we see little boys come in with.
Okay.
But like the adult men, they usually have the female dolls.
Interesting. Wow, cool.
Because we hear from people who are adults who didn't have these as children, and so they buy them when they are adults.
Right.
And we have heard from men who wanted these as boys but were told they couldn't have them.
Right.
So they buy the historical dolls as adults. So cute.
Wow.
I'm worried about this eye. She's totally okay. Just a little.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think she'll be.
Nobody tells you about Silver Eye.
Oh my God. Next thing I know, you'll be like,
What's that? That's a really good question to which I do not have an answer. They're missing.
missing in action. This is wild. I actually can't believe this is
So because Molly had glasses, as a child I tried to fail my eye exam so I could have glasses. Now I have glasses and she does not, so.
That's funny. It's an easy test to fail, I guess, if you want.
You just fake it. I could read it all. I just.
right.
I can't see it.
By the way, Kelly, our social media person who wanted to be here, I sent her a photo of, she's like, Molly representing.
Of course,
Yes,
she's
of
a Molly.
course. Molly's the best.
I'm getting both colors.
Oh my God.
Thank you. You're the best. She's doing a really good job.
She's amazing. Oh my God.
When we were on the train, Mary advised me to put Molly away.
Look.
Not going home.
Oh my God. Helder, how are you getting home from here? You drive me. It's not safe for me. Okay, so after this, we took ourselves down to the cafe for a tea service.
We did. I mean, what else is there to do but spill the tea after you've had that kind of hair appointment and set of medical I don't want to say diagnoses, but like near misses come your way.
Sure. You just have to like celebrate life, and there's no better way to do that than by, taking yourself to the cafe. You can select more dolls to sit with you at the table, which of course you did.
I did. I grabbed a Kaya. So we were surrounded by a Kaya and by a Molly. And thank you to Helder for asking tough but respectful questions and never once laughing at us during this process.
That we know about.
True.
Yeah. He was a really good sport, in all honesty, and rolled with it. And actually, I think had a pretty good time, as did we.
I have to say I highly recommend it as an experience. And I think part of what made the tea fun, you're not going there for a Michelin rated experience, which isn't to say that the food wasn't good. That's just not why you're there. As they're serving you the different courses and, they give you little cups for your dolls, and Molly got a blueberry, just one blueberry. You're surrounded by little visitors who are pretty much all having birthdays, and they're all clapping and on the verge of tears with joy, and that's what makes it fun.
Right.
Because it is special.
It is really special. And we probably saw about like 3 birthday parties while we were there, and seeing just like the pure joy on the face of these girls with family and friends was honestly just so heartwarming. And these stores didn't exist when I was their age, but I can imagine that would have been a very meaningful experience for me too. And so that was really sweet. And also our server shared with us stories about how like she, started working there and became a collector and an Instagram photographer, and just seeing that the ways that everyone associated with this space like has their own relationship with the franchise and the stories was really meaningful too.
Our server can be found online at Who Let the Dolls Out with a Z.
Amazing handle. She
does beautiful art, and it was just nice to be in a place where people all appreciated the fandom of a certain thing.
Yep.
And we all came to it, slightly differently. Some of us with a greater level of abject terror than others, I think.
Yep.
But I think we all appreciated what they did for us, and that it really was a special opportunity.
It really, really was. And thanks to everyone at the store who made that visit possible, to everyone at Trinity College who arranged it on our behalf. And I will say, just as a plug, like we're not being paid by American Girl at all, but on the way out of the store, I did stop and read through some of their guides for Girls Day on different topics. And they even had one on digital health, like not being addicted to your phone, how to navigate being online and friending people. And it honestly was really great content. So I am heartened by the fact, like I think about it as something in my rear view, like a thing that meant a lot to me as a child, that like going through it now helps me reevaluate, who I am and how I got here. But seeing girls who were the intended age for the product, so to speak, having those same excitement and relationship was something that seemed very like earnest.
Yes.
And inspiring.
Yeah, and we hope you join us next time. We have something really special planned for you all, just in time for Valentine's Day. That's probably our biggest hint that we're going to drop. So
we're not even sure that's a hint, but like we know what it is, and it's very exciting.
We know what time it is. We'll say that.
Oh boy, I can't wait. And thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you on our next episode.
Thanks for supporting the show. Thank you.